Alright, Rajiv. Hope you're alright. Still a bit tired today, but like I said, at least today's the yeah, the ear seems to definitely be getting better. So I finished my course of antibiotics for it now. So I just have to see, you know, obviously if it stays good or if it starts getting worse again, and then if it gets worse again, obviously head back to the doctors and get some just oral antibiotics, like they said. But now the funny thing is, whichever key I put it on, even though its in-game stats weren't that good. Yeah, so 1796 Sabre, there we go. This one. I've actually bought one in real life now, because I got very tempted the other day, and it turned out the Cold Steel one, although it's not a brilliant replica, it's very good at chopping stuff, but it's not like a one-to-one replica. They actually had theirs reduced by about 100 quid, so I ended up just caving in and getting it. I think it was the last one they had in stock for a bit before they ordered more stock in for the UK seller, so ended up getting it. But I've heard they're a bit better now than they used to be in terms of historical accuracy. So yeah, it should be really good when I get my actual one, although it's probably going to be too big a sword for me to use very well, because I'm better with like cutlass-sized swords rather than you know, like short swords rather than big massive sabres. But still, I really historically love this sword because it's like the Napoleonic War sort of British sword. Turrets inside each other. Slightly better gun than this. Stun gun. Oh, I don't have loads of 9mm, that's the only problem. Yeah, still it's cool because obviously, you know, with the 1/6 scale ones they're pretty accurate, so you know what the sort of things look like on the full scale. Right, did any of those bits of turrets land in the Tower of London's bit down here, so I can pick up the ammo from? Oh, that one did. More of them. Got a mace. Right, let's use my sword. Damn, that's a 7. Again, as I said, it's the stats in this, considering how hard it is to find the sword in the game, aren't that great. Still like it though. So it's like feels sort of like some sort of sex doll sort of build. That's kind of creepy. Big bag of willies. What 1/6 scale one? Fair enough. See, they're the things you should make out the realistic silicon. If somebody didn't know what this conversation was about, they'd probably think you're a serial killer there. I've just got a big bag of willies on my table. Well, the old Chinese filters are GOST. If you mean the modern Chinese filters, I think Hype said that there's some Chinese companies that still do the GOST threaded ones and some still the NATO ones, but I don't know if there's anywhere they've kind of made an angle on them where they fit both, kind of thing. So yeah, I'm saying it's a bit hard to know, I'm afraid, because when I get some, I don't necessarily know what the thread's going to be until I try it out. Yeah, can't unlock the Tower of London gate yet. I did that on my previous character went in there. I don't think I had any quests in there, it was just cool to go in there. Got more coming. I have got my big bloody pole arm, haven't I? Not the wooden pipe, the Albert, there we go. Pack fodder. That's the one that was shooting at me. Can I wait someone? No. Ah, there. That's just one of a couple of upgrades, isn't it? That one's got another halberd. I do like the halberds. I need to take those back to a workbench and have a look at what actually I can put on them. Because I know the halberd you can make really good with some upgrades, but I'm wondering if the sabre I can make any better. Right, so if I fast travel to the one settlement I've actually got, I need to start getting perks and local leader, don't I? Number 4. Annoyingly, until the next comment's made, I can't read your comment because YouTube's got that stupid like a comment emoji hovering over part of your text. So as soon as anyone makes a comment, I'll read what you said, because it says, I think the filters are called P, and then it's got the heart symbol filters, if that helps. So but when the chat moves up, I'll see what you actually said. Thanks, Raju. PA2, no, that just means particle and organic vapor level 2. So that's not telling you what the thread of the filter is, it's just what it protects you against. So like 3M filters and everything all well, they're attacking my settlement. Pack fodder. More lunch for me. So yeah, even like 3M filters with like the 3M bayonet kind of connection will have the same kind of like ranking system on how good the filter is. So yeah, unfortunately. And again, there's some I've had where the threads have been different even when they look identical on the outside, you know. So ideally I wouldn't bother getting Chinese filters unless the seller specifies what the thread is. Because again, it's just one of those annoying things that, it could be 2 different types but they don't specify the actual thread connector. And again, with 40mm, you can see it's a 40mm screw from the picture, but you're not going to know if it's GOST or NATO or whatever 40mm din or whatever, because it's you know, bloody sort of. Let's put our strap in here. I did install some more mods for this since I last played it, but like very minor ones. I think there's one called like rose tinted goggles or something. I don't know where you just buy them from traders or whatever that make the game more vibrant when you're wearing them, and there's a few others I installed. But anyway, I need local. So what's my settlement sort of thing now? 5. Yes, I've got 2 people here. That one's unassigned, so let's assign this person as well to work on the farmy bit. Got it. There we go. Until I get, well, I won't be able to do much until I get local leader hire, because I need that for my workbenches and everything. Right, traders. If I go to Thames Haven, I can sell off some of the bits I don't need again. Thames Haven Market, and then I can get just some spare cash again. But I want to, like I said, I want to get ideally a weapons workbench. I know you can find weapons workbenches in random places, but then you need all the right crafting items on you at the time, which is the problem to actually do the mods.
What are you buying? Right, we have a limit.
Right, so I don't need 280 rounds. Need 32, need 9mm. Simple as. Am I not wearing my backpack anymore? I have to put that back on. I don't know, I'm not wearing my backpack unless one of my bits of clothing, a brig. Oh, it's because I'm wearing a cape, aren't I? Oh, I need to change that, because backpacks are a lot better, because they give you more room for stuff. Selling my ciggies. I know that's not what Baz should be doing, but kind of need to do it at the moment. For the money. Get rid of one of the halberds because I only need one. Radiated blood, I never see the point in using because it has so many rads in it. Jimmy Hat, sell a condom. Baz don't need no condoms. Should I keep that sword for now? I don't know. How does it compare, that sword, long sword, to my sabre? So it's better damage than the sabre. I can always get another long sword because I can just go down to Camelot to get a load of melee weapons. So makeshift sword and long sword, let's sell those. Right, okay, so what's he got that I want in terms of ammo wise? Probably want to buy a shitload of 303, but he's not got any 303 at the moment. So I have to just buy 9mm rounds. So let's first cancel out however much I've sort of paid him roughly. There we go. Right, so then Molotov cocktail, sell that. Morphex, sell that. Much-ups, keep. Gun, sell. Arrows I actually want to keep at the moment because I've got the bloody bow. Or pre-war money, that's always good to get rid of. Radex I don't really use, so I'll get rid of that. I'll keep Rad away. Sell Big Baz's roids. Combat shotgun I don't really use. Get rid of shells for it. Spy pistol, if I can keep skin cape. Yeah. If I sell the skin cape, as funny as that is, I ought to be really using the stone point arrows. Don't I think work with my bow, so there's no point in having them. Even the pike isn't as good as my halberd, right? So there we go, that's that sorted. Now let's put the thing back on in the backpack. And I'll get the sabre and I'll re-put that on free or whatever it is, you know. The halberd I'll put on free because that's probably my best melee weapon at the moment, technically. As much as I kind of, as Baz, want to use the sabre. Right, let's save. Okay, so if I go to the Enfield factory, I know there was workbenches in there, so I can at least see what parts I need for some of the weapons if I went to, you know, get the parts and take them back to the workbench. I actually want to see about getting on the roof of here, because it did say there was a roof key I picked up from one of the guys in here. Ah, fodder. And again, the thing I really like with these enemies is they drop so much flamer fuel, so each one of those is like a cap/ticket each. So if they drop 50 flamer fuel, that's essentially like 50 tickets worth of ammo, and ammo doesn't weigh anything in this, which is nice, so it's just a currency essentially. Smack you with my halberd, simple as. There we go. Which key did I have the Enfield set to? Oh, there we go, was that 4? No, 5, there we go. Where's some more of them? There. Oh no, Molotov. I dodged it. Yeah, that's the only problem with these enemies, is how much fire weapons they spam at you. Good for loot, not very good for, you know, not being annoying to fight. Oh, and the Geiger counter, I think I said that, I can't remember who it was in the chat, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, a while ago, tried to convince me to buy from Yugoslavia, the ex-Yugo one. I managed to find one that's apparently in working condition, and it was delivered today, so a bit later on. I'm not going to get the video filmed today, but I'm going to power it on, check it all works before leaving feedback. Then I'll get a proper video done on it in a few days. Because at least, like I said, I've got some time off work now for a bit, because next weekend is booked off, so that'll be good. I'll go off the chat and on again in a minute, because I haven't seen anybody reply in a while, so I'm not sure if the chat's broken or if there's nobody's been talking. Alright, let me go off the chat and back on, 1 second. Right, if the most recent message was Rajiv saying hate that, still here, yeah, no, it's fine Rajiv, you were just the most recent thing, but when I've got a few people it says watching in the thing but not seeing the new messages, I never know if it's the chat that's broken. There we go. Oh, gasworks. I suppose, yeah, they did look like gas towers, but they were so close to the Enfield factory that I just assumed it was a bit of the factory. Right, so I'm going to have a proper look at the roof now I'm not being shot at, because I did get a roof key, and I want to see if that's actually for this roof or somewhere completely different. Oh, hello. Yeah, I do like the pole arm. It's really good at killing people. Right, so I'll take both the knuckles. Loves me Greg Sussy rolls. Simple as. Yeah, I think this is the ultimate Norf FC look. Got his Sutton Hoo helmet on his bone necklace. Alright for top up. Come on, England. Right, let's see what's on the roof. Right. Is there any doorway or anything actually of interest up here? Because I did get, like I said, from this place, when I killed the boss guy inside, Isambard Kingdom Brunel. I think he was called Brunel, wasn't he? Oh, it might have been Isambard, but I was like, yeah, he's blatantly a reference to Isambard Kingdom Brunel. I got a roof key, but I couldn't find a door inside that led to a roof door, so I was wondering if then you had to go up to the roof and there was a like separate little door that just led to somewhere else. Maybe it's somewhere totally different. It says, I don't think any doors up here, is there? We'll have a look and see if there's any other of these little Oh, I've got a mod if it works that should fix the people getting random brown face in this mod as well. It's a thing that like loads textures into Fallout 4 better, so if I've installed it properly and we don't see any brown face today, like say, is that one a brown face or not? It's hard to tell. I'm not sure if that's their actual skin you see, or if they've got brown face. So if I take their cage armour, yeah, no, that one's fine because they've got kind of a brown body. It's when they get the random brown face with random other colour skin, and their face is just different colour. So when I'm talking about that, I'm not being too racist. The Fallout 4 has this bug like where people sometimes randomly get brown faces when it doesn't match with their skin colour. Not racist, just don't like it. Looks silly. Oh, that guy's still got brown face, look. Oh, that's a shame, so it's not fixed it. Yeah, so what I'm on about, look. See, it's got a weird seam on his face. I have to look at reinstalling that mod, see if it, well, fixing it. Because that's annoying, I was hoping it would have fixed it. Look. No, it's still got random brown faces. Again, like the gas mask, but sadly doesn't work, this one. Might get it to sell it, I'm not sure how much it's worth. How did I get back up to the... Let's go around the front. I just want to again see in case there's another like little door somewhere up that's like the roof access door. Again, because you don't get item descriptions in this, it's really annoying because I have no idea if it could be a key for somewhere totally different. I'm just not aware of it. It's a nice looking car. If it wasn't all like broken. Police car. There's Fesco. We can get our Fesco horse meat. Oh, some chimes. Let's get these. Cooking station. Oh, well, we'll listen to that one now. I think that's the one I listened to where it's people just getting really upset on the thing. You know, like, oh, I thought this was meant to be fun and you're making me sad now, sort of thing. And they're talking about, like, what they miss about the war, you know, like, the pre-nuked London. Is that a broken thing? It's not. Come on, Baz, snap out of it. There we go. Yeah, that's one I just can't. Unless it's one if I access from this side. No, it's just one where they've not quite lined the thing up properly so you can't go into your animation on it. That must have been a common enough bug in Fallout 4 that they've actually made it cancel the animation after a few seconds, because it must have been like one of those things where rather than fixing each individual thing it was easier just to do a timeout on the animation type thing. Right, where was the factory again? There. So obviously the main door is this one. If we go around the other side of it. Oh, hello. Permanently more difficult to detect while sneaking. Well, Baz don't really speak, but from China with love. Alright. Key's not for this door, is it? This is just a random locked door. See what's in here. It's just like an export room. Not much in here. Yeah, so there's I guess again that door for the roof access, whatever it must be for somewhere completely different. It's not around here. Maybe it's a different industrialist base somewhere. So the guy here has the key, and you need that key to get to a certain place in the other base or something, I don't know. So I was going to have a look in here and see what I actually needed for the crafting bench. Wherever that was, somewhere in the factory. Right, okay, so can we do any upgrades to the saber? Oh, electrified saber, but that requires science as well. Material, oh, I wouldn't mind getting a clean look to it once, so I just need cloth and oil for that. So I could do that one if I find some cloth in building. Let's tag cloth for search. Right, so the halberd. I want probably the curved head, don't I? That's the most powerful one, yeah. So I need adhesive and screws, so again, if I can find those in here, I can do that at this work. I'll need blacksmith too, so I still need to level up blacksmith for that one. But with my knuckles, sharp knuckles, to get the bladed ones, which are the best ones for that, I need leather as well. So yeah, let's just tag the things for search and see if we can find any of these bits while we're here. I don't care if I'm stealing from this building. Pack of duct tape, right, that's my adhesive sorted. Leather I can get, can't I, from any kind of the animals that have like a hide type thing. More duct tape, good. Bad clipboard, paintbrush, needed that for something. Just going to check in case there was just some room I've completely missed in it. Like, I don't think I've been in this section before. I might have done, but... pillow, maybe the roof keys are just something down here or something. These are just toilets, I think. The flamingo's in the toilet. That one, look, is having a drink out the urinal. Dirty. Out the way, Churchill. So yeah, this doesn't actually go anywhere, does it? It's just, oh, ion brew, photon brew, condom in his locker. So right, let's go outside and hello, dog. At least you're not attacking me today because you've not seen me steal from right in front of you. Even though I don't know who I'd be meant to be trading with in here because there's never a trader in here. Oh, but while the dog can't see me, hidden. 303 round, 303 round, 303 round. Oh, lovely. Lots of 303. Oh, the dog's... Oh, sorry, dog. I couldn't trade with you anyway, so... Guess you're just gonna have to be dog meat now. Sorry, Jim. But yeah, sorry, dog, but... Don't know why you were just so obsessed with Carl's guarding, you know, nothing of particular value in here. Oh, gamma round, fusion sound, shotgun shell, 9mm round. That's useful. More 303. Yeah, if the ammo respawns up here, that'll actually be a really useful place to come and loot every now and again for the 303 rounds, because they're expensive at my level. Again, I just find this place weird that it's like a trader's kind of bit up here, but there's no actual trader, and the faction here is always hostile to you, so it's not like if you're, you know, not with a certain faction, they wouldn't attack you kind of thing. Alright, Hype, thank you again very much for the monkey sort of Dark Souls game from China. I've got that installed now, but I haven't played it. I'm going to start it tomorrow, I think, because tomorrow I've not got much on, so I don't need to sort of think, you know, about the thing of starting a game and then having to stop playing it because I'm going out or whatever. But I've got it all installed. I left it installing overnight because I think it was about a 9-hour install or whatever for the download, because again, my internet speed isn't great. It's not awful, but it's not good. Right, so, can't do any of these, can I? Because I need Blacksmith 2 for those. What was the Ornate Bow? Can't do any of those upgrades yet, can I? Sabre. So yeah, there we go, Hype. Like I said, the 1796 Sabre is, I've got that coming in the next few days, the Cold Steel one, so hopefully that's a decent replica. But I've always wanted one of the 1796s because it's one of my favourite cavalry sabres, even if I'm, you know, wouldn't necessarily be particularly good at wielding it. I've always liked the 1796, the look of it and everything. And again, it's technically a light cavalry sabre, despite the fact it's really fucking heavy as far as cavalry sabres go. But there's also a heavy cavalry sabre pattern like the 1796 that Britain had, which is even heavier. And that's like the straight kind of thrusting sword one, which is interesting. It's the one he uses in Sharp, so Sean Bean uses it in Sharp as his sword, and it's basically because he's not a skilled swordsman, so you just use brute force to smack people's swords away with it. So for the... oh, I can do blade it. Again, I just need to find some leather for that. But if I get puncturing, armor piercing, superior damage, I might as well get the puncturing upgrade for it, and then I can get the bladed one later, because that's at least going to do 10 more damage per punch, and it's good, better against armour, so it looks kind of like a meat tenderizer on the end of it. But yeah, then I'll just get some leather when I find it to do the bladed one, which I want. So I do like that that actually does, what do you call it, damage. Ooh, a saw. We don't need any barrels from that infield, simple as. Right, let's, what I could do again is use that bed upstairs and see where he wakes up. Oh, hang on. Oh, damn it. Yeah, again, that's one thing Russia can do quite well, is cheaply mass-produce very simple things to, like, a good standard. Like the Soviets did before, obviously, in, like, the Soviet client states, that, it's one of those manufacturing something good enough to a good standard rather than like something very high quality, you know, in smaller amounts. Right, let's see if he wakes up somewhere completely different again. There we go. Have to try out my new knuckles in a minute. Punch him with a new knuckles, see if it's better at puncturing like. Oh, another cool thing I got, because it wasn't very expensive yesterday, is Rich linked me to it. So Richard Weaponsmith, who's, you know, on quite often. And it was a shop on Etsy, but they were selling fairly good Napoleonic swords replicas quite cheap. As in, like, ones I think that are more as a dress sword, like, rather than, like, for, you know, using and abusing, so it probably isn't the best one to do loads of test cutting with, especially against, you know, hard objects, I'd imagine, for that price. But, you know, quite a nice done steel and, you know, like, brass done replica of, like, the French standard, little kind of infantry sabre or like cutlass or whatever it is, you know, the standard soldiers had, or like officers had. So again, it's more of a parade sword than anything, but still, for the money, it wasn't bad at all. Because I was actually surprised on it to see how many, you know, like companies do for like reenactors and that, you know, just blunt kind of side sword things, you know, for the dress uniforms for good money. So, because again, like you can get like 1796 like blunt ones that you don't want to sharpen up for like 200 quid, but that's yeah. I'll be able to get the technical stats up for you in a bit, Hype. I'll link you to it. I know it's a fairly good carbon steel, because the cold steel ones have always been good, although again, the funny thing with cold steel is, if I remember right, they don't technically manufacture much themselves. It's basically they have a load of companies and like smiths in different countries that do certain patterns of swords and knives quite well. So essentially, you know, like there was certain machetes that would always be made in the same place sort of thing, and then it was sold under the cold steel brand, which is why a lot of people think now that the cold steel 1796 might be the same as the windlass 1796, but cold steel sell it for a slightly inflated price, a bit like the Myra thing, but not as bad. But the windlass 1796s I haven't been able to find for sale in the UK anyway. So it's not like, and when I looked, the price of them wasn't that different anyway, even if I had all the import costs and everything on it. So I think really somebody needs to get the windlass one officially and the cold steel one officially, and they can actually see if it's the exact same sword or not. But, alright, it's a very long loading screen, hopefully it hasn't crashed. Let me have a look at the 1796 and see if I can get you the technical things up now. And this one doesn't have the full stats on it. I want the full stats of like blade length, type as, you know, steel and everything. Let me just Google it, because again, some of these sites have like information, more information kind of thing, details. Right. I might have to restart the game if it's frozen on loading screen. Just looking up. Yeah, I'll restart the game 1 second while I'm looking up this stuff, because I think Fallout London has frozen, as typically it does, because it's running on fucking Gamebryo. Right. While that's relaunching Fallout London, let me have a look and see if this thing tells me the steel. I'll have a look later on, right, because I'm sure it'll be one of those things where I can find an actual,
If we are attacked by nuclear weapons, these are the warning sounds you must recognize.
boom, boom, boom.
First,
The
the
free...
attack warning. If
Oh,
an
that's a
attack is
siren, but
expected,
then the fallout is the
sound
free
a rising
pops.
and falling note like this. These all mean that fallout is expected. Warnings of the attack and of fallout will also be broadcast. When the...
Anyway. Oh yeah, I sort of see what you mean with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, yeah. It's mostly just ascending notes, isn't it? Now, the interesting thing is the guy who did the voice for that, I think he's dead now, but the guy who did the voice for the Protect and Survive films, because they couldn't do it without breaching copyright, he's the one who's doing the like little voiceover thing in Two Tribes Go to War, you know, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, like the voice in the background, because yeah, they hired the same guy who did the voice acting for Protect and Survive to do like the same bit in the thing so they wouldn't get sued, for just like, you know, copying and pasting the audio essentially. And some of the remixes of Protect and Survive has a lot more of his lines in it. Not Protect and Survive, sorry, Two Tribes Go to War. Oh, is this where Kate woke up from my sleep? So it's actually put me in the right place, look. Right, so I'm now here, look. North bank of the Thames somewhere, let's find the nearest landmark. And there's something big and scary by the sound of it outside. What's this big scary thing that's making all that noise? Oh, it's these Deathclaw things, the Famished. Well, that big Baz is famished, so he's going to hit you with a spike. Easy peasy. And get critical hits cause target frenzy. That looks kind of good, but I'm just going to sell that. Because I got my pole arms and I got my spike knuckles. What you found, Churchill? I don't want a derby yet. Glowing rat shoe. Punch him in the face. There we go. Oh, incendiary service rifle. Sets target on fire for 15 points damage. That's kind of nice, but not as good as my double damage Lee Enfield. Yeah, it'd be good if because this is done really well, it'd be good if other massive mod teams want to do one certain thing. Because I'd be interested in China, because obviously in the Fallout lore, China and the US are the two major superpowers. So it'd actually be interesting to have like a Fallout Hong Kong or like Fallout Beijing or something. But again, annoyingly, Bethesda, despite how well this had done the thing like, no, Fallout should only be set in America. Even though, again, they didn't originate the series, they just, you know, bought the rights to it and made it a lot more popular. Because Fallout 1 and 2 were set in America, but again, I don't know if Tim Kaine or anybody said, oh no, it's only ever going to be set in America. Punch, punch, punch. Oh, it's got a light on in here, but there's nothing here. Yeah, but again, that wasn't even the whole point of the original Fallout games, that, oh, it's meant to look like Americana sort of stuff. Oh, Liverpool Street Station.
Interfering with a police automation unit is a criminal offence.
Oh, that's really cool, yeah, because like I said, it's one of those things I don't understand why more countries don't do more of, you know, the whole thing of just doubling down with basements and making them like little Fallout shelters, because Scandinavian countries did that a lot, which is really cool. Of course, the UK is basically, that would cost money and your life is worthless. You know, the government gets Fallout shelters, but not regular people. Oh, hello. What did I just walk into the middle of? Oh, not a guy. Alright, come here then. Nah, set Baz on fire, he's a tough bastard. Right, now let's just stim pack a couple of times. There we go, all sorted. Oh, I'm stuck on something. Yeah, simple as. Yeah, because it's like in this, it's meant to have been the people survived in some of the underground stations and what they called Pindar stations in game, which are like little fallout shelters, but no big vaults. Still I've Christ, yes, I'm Baz. I'm gonna punch you into face, love. Oh, thank you, Bond. Yeah, you helped me kill the boss one, that was quite dangerous. Thanks. Good timing, James. Yeah, but as said, JJ, in theory, if you filtered the air enough, anything underground works as a fallout shelter in the sense that you're putting space between you where the surface particles land, which is giving off gamma radiation. So it's a distance thing, because an ROC post, simply the distance being 14 feet underground or whatever it is, 15 feet underground with the earth and like concrete between you, gives you 1,000 to 1 radiation protection factor. Oh, that's kind of a tough one. Like, my unconventional pick is License to Kill, because Dalton's actually my favourite Bond, even though he's only in 2 Bond films. Again, if I was just to watch one Bond movie, probably on Her Majesty's Secret Service, because it's kind of the best self-contained Bond film. But again, like, I really like GoldenEye, I really like Goldfinger. You Only Live Twice I also really like, because it's the best one in terms of Volcano Lair kind of thing. Yeah, the reason I like License to Kill, it's more like Death Wish, isn't it, in a Bond film where he's just out for revenge. And it's got like the guy minced in the cocaine grinder and the guy, Anthony Zerbe's head exploding in the pressure chamber. Yeah, Dr. No's great, Goldfinger's great. Look, isn't the second one From Russia with Love? I think it's the second one, isn't it, Redriff?
You're mine.
Yeah, I've got the box set somewhere, but I'm pretty sure Bond number 2 is From Russia with Love. I've got, yeah, the box set, I can literally see it right now, but it's going to be awkward to pick it up and look through. But I'm pretty sure it goes Dr. No, Russia with Love, Goldfinger. What was the one after Goldfinger? Because I know it goes on Her Majesty's Secret Service, and then it's probably Thunderbolt's the next one, isn't it, after Goldfinger? But it's then back to Sean Connery, with him not acting very hard in Diamonds Are Forever. Ooh, cunning metal left arm, that sounds good. Which Casino Royale? The Craig one, or the one with David Niven in? I've never actually seen the very first one, technically, but it's... Because there's a couple of Bond films that aren't done under MGM, so people don't count them, but it's like Never Say Never Again's one of those. It's got Connery in it, but it's not like the Bond franchise Bond, if you like. Yeah, I'm pretty sure hyping that the T-80 or whatever it is, T-72 he's meant to be driving, is either a chieftain or a centurion with a load of stuff slapped on it to look like a Soviet tank. Let me actually look this up. So, GoldenEye tank, and I'll check what it is. But I know it's a British tank they mocked up to look like a Soviet tank. I'm pretty sure it was anyway, GoldenEye tank. Oh no, it's actually a T-54 they use, sorry, T-55. Apparently. Oh yeah, it's actually a T-55. Sorry, I thought it was a mocked-up tank for some reason. Yeah, the production bought 3 Russian tank, 2 54s and 1 T-55 at a cost of £9,000 to £11,000 each. Because yeah, it was just after the fall of the Soviet Union. Yeah, and when they used them in St. Petersburg, they put the rubber tracks on them so they could do it without actually damaging the streets in St. Petersburg. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, so they were sort of a bit like the modern Russian army's doing, but yeah, without all the cope cages on them and everything, but yeah. And apparently one of those T-55s was one that they then used in the filming of Red Dwarf, in the episode where there's a random T-55 when they blow up the Jane Austen thing with a T-55 tank or whatever it was. Apparently it's the same one that, you know, like there's been used by several, Phil should say. No, I meant not selling off their tanks, but you know, when the Soviet Union collapsed at that point, that's when you could get all the Soviet surplus in a fire sale really cheap. So yeah, like £9,000 for a fucking T-55. What a steal! And they're like fully functioning ones at that time period as well. They didn't need any work done on them. You could just use them because they weren't like, you know, in storage yards rusting for ages. They were actually like maintained when it was the Soviets. Yeah, he's like most of the Soviet surplus is drying up all over the world. If you weren't on earlier, JJ, when I said I bought one of those Yugoslav Geiger counters and it came today because where people kept asking me to do it, I folded in and bought one in the end because I found somebody selling one that's supposedly still calibrated. So I have to get a video done on that this week. Even some of the Soviet helmets, like what's it called? The Shurs, is it 62 or it's Shurs 66, 68? I'm trying to think the name of it. The like conical green helmet the Russians had for most of the Cold War. That's stupid money now for what it is. Are we getting a female 007? I've not even read up at all anything about new Bond films, so I've not actually been that interested. Not because all their work or anything like that, I just haven't really cared. I like a couple of the Craig films, because a lot of people really hate Craig. I don't hate Craig as like an actor or whatever playing Bond, but I just didn't like that many of the Craig Bond films. Like Casino Royale is good. Quantum of Solace I hated because of all the jump cuts and everything. I just found that actually gave me a headache. Skyfall is alright. Like maybe my favourite out of his ones. But then the two after that I can't really remember much of at all, in all honesty. I like Bond when it was all the silly gadgets and the volcano layers, because to me that was just it's more interesting to watch. And like GoldenEye has that massive thing that sadly collapsed in real life now, the big South American radar base that the Russians are in. Yeah, it's probably that, so the ones that are for sale have just been massively inflated in price. But yeah, I saw that they were over 100 quid a helmet now, and I was like, fuck that, they used to be 30 quid, I'm not paying that for them. I don't actually know Hype. I know the black woman is 007, isn't she, when Bond wasn't it? So I don't know how they're doing it now, but I thought they were like still arguing over which actor's going to play James Bond in the latest Bond film. Because there's still like betting you can do on which actor's going to get the role of 007 from the shortlist or whatever. At one point Tom Hardy was on that list, but I sadly don't think he is anymore, because I'd actually quite like Tom Hardy as Bond. Be very careful now. So you just have this Bane scene, but Bond. That's alright. I know the one you mean is kind of interesting, but now I'm alright, thanks. At the moment, I've just got too much stuff, even if it was just to borrow and then send back. In the future, I might take you up on that, but at the moment, I'm just trying to clear a load of stuff away, so I don't want to be getting extra stuff to like hold on to for a bit and then send back for the time being, thanks. But again, it's one of those things I might take you up on in the future, but at the moment, I'm still trying to sort a load of stuff out. Oh, gatherers. They're not friendly. But yeah, like I said, so... Oh, more of them. Hack fodder. I've got to get the Yugoslav Geiger count on the video on that. I've still got a gas mask I need to do a video on. I've not done a video on yet. There's quite a few other things as well people have asked me to do that I said, yeah, it sounds like a good idea, it's just getting the time. And also the annoying thing that some of the videos would be far better as longer videos, but I bet if I do a long video, not a short, then YouTube won't share them to my subscribers properly. Right, where's the enemy that still makes me in combat? Where are you hiding? Ah, there. Stuck on the dumpster. Yeah, there we go. Churchill's back up, so that must have been the end of combat. Let's make some glue while I'm here. I don't want to get the leather rid of that because I needed that for one of my things, didn't I? But plastic cement. Yeah, let's make some plastic cement. Gives me a bit of adhesive for something I don't use very often. Let's do the Nuka-Cola bit before I go off. Sorry, Iron Brew, whatever it is. No, this is Nuka-Cola London, isn't it?
Director Clint Braxton, oversee operations, Nuka-Cola Corporation. Recording this holotape to document our progress in the challenging endeavor of expanding Nuka-Cola's reach to the British Isles, specifically London. Our primary objective... once and for all. The situation on the ground is proving to be a bit more intricate than anticipated.
Last time I did this as my other character at a low level, I had to run away from this building because these guys were too tough, but it seems Big Baz with his pole arm can smash them just fine. Yeah, that sounds cool at least. Like, the AK-12 is one of those weird guns, isn't it, where some people really like it, some people hate it, and it seems to be based on the build quality of, like, the actual rifles has been completely all over the place, I guess, depending on which factories made them. So it'll be interesting to see, like, you know, a replica sort of AK-12. Right, let's see what things I can do. Bloody Mess 2, potentially. Solar powered might actually be useful, but don't need it right at the moment. Rad resistance always useful, but I don't need it at the moment. Toughness 3. Again, that's one that I'll probably pick up at some point when I don't have a particular skill I want to do. Blacksmith 2 is probably going to be the one I want to do in a minute to get the better melee mods. But then Big Leagues is useful and Iron Fist is both useful. Sneering Imperialist I definitely want to get at some point. Right, let's do Blacksmith 2 so I can get some of the better weapon mods. Bloody turrets. Well, these turrets. Well, that's actually done shitloads of damage to me. What's that? Let's have the Stimbacks. Right, with the Aperol, I got one of those quite, just what's my current chest piece that I've got on? So that gives me +2 luck. This one gives me something down there, don't really need that. So cutting metal left arm, 1 agility and perception. What left arm do I have at the moment? Oh, just the regular lever off left arm, so that was definitely better, the one that increases my perception and agility. Yeah, I'll check the comments in a second, sorry, I'm just going to make sure I don't get immediately killed by somebody. Roaches. Don't like roaches. So let's have a look at what you're saying.
This is Director Clint Braxton.
Alright, so the service version, cool.
Corporation. I record this message with a heavy heart as the situation in London has spiraled into a chaotic mess that none of us could have foreseen.
Yeah, Churchill is a British bulldog, hence why he's called Churchill. That you get off one of the NPCs quite early on.
Reports have come in from our operatives on the
With his
initially
ugly face,
intimidated
look.
by our own decisions, have spun out of control. Once friendly competition between Nuka-Cola and Ion Brew has been eclipsed by the violence and chaos these gangs have unleashed upon the streets of London. In light of these alarming developments, I have received word that the directors of Ion Brew have expressed interest in convening a meeting to address this escalating crisis. It seems that even they recognize the dire consequences of their actions and the impact it has had on the city and its inhabitants. I find myself conflicted by this turn of events. While the intention was never to unleash such chaos, I must acknowledge our
Stuck.
own role in this unfortunate series.
God damn it, Baz, you got stuck on the body.
It's time for a reckoning. A chance to take responsibility for our actions and seek a way to bring an end to this destructive cycle.
God damn it, Baz.
I intend to meet with the directors of Ion Brew to
Can I
discuss
put
the path
clipping
forward.
on and off? Will that fix it?
We must put aside our differences, our competitive fervor, and recognize the mutual responsibility we share.
Let me try doing a quick save and quick load here, so that sometimes fixes when you get stuck on things in Fallout.
The city and its people.
Yeah, that was a bit earlier, but that's alright, I can get back to where I was. Right, so I was going to get that tape again, don't need to bother listening to it again, but I was going to get all this stuff up here. Get more roaches again. Punch. Yeah, bulldogs are like pugs, aren't they, where they kind of... They're not as bad as pugs where they have all the breathing problems, but yeah, it's a similar sort of dog. Yeah, the problem I have with installing loads of mods into Fallout is I never then know when I get more crashes what mod is responsible for it, because I'm not patient enough to go through all the mods one by one. There are some really good mods for New Vegas. I like a lot of the ones that add new guns and, you know, make the gunplay a lot better and that. There's even ones with usable vehicles for fucking New Vegas. Links? Yeah. Northern Links. Did I swap my arm piece, or was that after I did the save last time? Yeah, I did. Cunning metal left arm, excellent. Right, I will head off fairly soon because, like I said, annoyingly, I've got a load of stuff to do today. Bit rapid crew going, I'll get up to sell. Some loads to sell as well. I don't think still in the UK. They're rewilding some animals like that into the UK. There are also big cats in the UK that aren't officially here, but scientists are pretty sure now they are. You know, like very low populations of certain wild cats. Because every now and then there used to always be a thing in a newspaper out, like somebody scuts a picture of was it like a puma or something? In the wild, and people kept saying like, oh no, that's fake. But I think scientists now, through like every now and then when there's like sheep ripped apart, they've been taking genetic samples, and they are pretty certain we do have like a low level of big wild cats in like the northern UK, sort of Scotland, sort of bits of Cumbria and stuff like that. But yeah, like officially they're not there, but they probably escaped from a zoo or whatever, or weren't quite hunted to extinction, so they are back there again. Which is either good or bad, depending, I suppose, if you've got small animals around. And I know they've started rewilding beavers into the UK, which is going well. Because beavers are cool. Right, if I re-travel to the Enfield factory now, I'm just wondering if I'll have all the bits on me with the skill to make that last upgrade to the weapons I had on me. So that was back here, wasn't it, Enfield factory? Yeah, I mean, wolves don't really cause a problem. I know people think wolves are really aggressive animals, but for the most part they're actually not. They generally, you know, have to have quite big packs before they risk taking down fairly big animals. And again, it's one of those things where some people are really opposed to it, some people are really, like, pro doing it. I mean, I don't know what the pros and cons too much are of wolves, in all honesty. But one of the good things, as much as Labour's done a lot of bad shit already, one of the good things is they've actually said they're going to stop culling badgers and just introduce vaccinating badgers against bovine TB. So that's actually really good, because, like I said before, I think it's a bit stupid that badgers are culled, because basically it's cheaper to cull them than it is to vaccinate cattle or vaccinate badgers from spreading bovine TB, so that's apparently a changing thing. Because badgers are cool. Like me badgers, simple as. Well, no, why don't they put better fences up then? Because a lot of the time with sheep is if you have a really good fence around your sheep enclosure or whatever, these wild animals won't get in. It's just the ones that barely maintain their fences, and then, you know, you get the animals getting in. Because, again, one of the biggest dangers for sheep is if there's dog walkers in the field who don't control their dogs properly. I don't need a board. EM2, very nice. Anyway, halberd, rough head. Here we go. So that's the head I want, isn't it? Well, there's 108 damage. Curved head. Targets bleed, exceptional damage. Lovely. And then with these puncturing knuckles, I want to change them now to bladed knuckles. Yeah, there we go. And do I have the thing on me to make my 1796 shiny? Clean, there we go. Got a nice clean 1796 now. That's kind of a cool way of doing it, yeah, just letting them cross the border naturally. Right, anyway, I'll go off now. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope to be on a bit more tomorrow, but see, I've got my spike knuckles, they look good. And the big halberd. I've got, look, the big head on the halberd. Baz has got the big head, so that's a proper halberd now. It is really good at just spiking people to death. Lovely. Love me something. Ooh. Cheers, and I'll start playing Monkey Game tomorrow as well, hype. Like I said, because I've just got a bit more spare time tomorrow. I want to do it when I can sit down and properly enjoy playing it, rather than thinking, oh, I can do 40 minutes now and then have to run off to do something. Right, cool. See everybody. Have a good day. And, yeah, see everybody tomorrow, hopefully, because I don't have much on tomorrow, as far as I'm